YouTube, how are you all doing? Welcome back to another reaction video. We're doing more Slipknot today. I'm going to be honest with you guys. Not only do I have, first of all, no idea when we last covered Slipknot, couldn't tell you. But I also, my thing is, I have very little time to record this week. I found a tiny little nugget of space to record a video, and I panicked, and I didn't know what to record. So I'm going to be honest with you guys, I just felt like listening to some Slipknot, so I'm doing a Slipknot song. Why does my mic look like it's too loud? I don't know, I'll figure it out in post. I just felt like doing a Slipknot song. I know as we've been getting the upload schedule back together the past couple of weeks, I've probably been saying left and right, oh, we're going to do this band, we're going to do this band, we'll do more of this artist and this artist. Anything I've said, it's still going to happen, don't worry. It's just this week in particular, I don't have a great deal of time to record. I also have a couple of donor requests on deck, so if you're either other people waiting for those, I promise they'll come in. They're just both over 10 minutes. I have a little tiny window to record. So today we're doing All Hope Is Gone by Slipknot, because I've been listening to Slipknot recently, so I wanted to do some more, and we got the title track from the album All Hope Is Gone, which is everything I've heard so far. Just bangers on bangers on bangers. It's got, what have we got? Psychosocial, Dead Memories, Snuff, Till We Die, all very good songs. So I guess I have high expectations going into this. That said, we got the lyrics. Let's give All Hope Is Gone a little listen. Let's go. I'm excited. Ooh, straight away. Is that energy? Is that Slipknot energy? The devil's what now? I'm going with it, but I'm trying to listen to the lyrics. These are very Slipknot vocals. It's a very Slipknot song, actually, if you're thinking about it. I've said this before, I've thought this before, I think Slipknot's solo is so underrated, and this album in particular actually has two good examples of that. The Psychosocial solo and the Dead Memories solo, both very good in my opinion, and I almost wish they were longer, and it's one of those where it's like, that's just the solo in the song, and it sounds good, so it is what it is, but part of me is like, man, I almost wish that those solos went a little bit longer, but it's a Slipknot song. And we'll talk about the lyrics at the end, but it's a Slipknot song, man. Find a way. Slightly different direction, maybe? I am the reason your future suffers. I am still kind of like, I'm processing like all the lyrics and stuff, and sometimes it's kind of hard to decide whether you want to listen to the lyrics or just go with the sound in a video like this. And now I'm tired. I almost this is a weird comparison to make because I know this was like a decade apart, but I almost got some we are not your kind vibes. I was listening to some of that the other day, and or at the very least, I can say that I can see how they got from this to a lot of some of the We Are Not Your Kind stuff. Yeah, I mean, it was that energy. That energy was just so like heavy and thick, and if you're not like mentally prepared to go for it, I'm drained because I was just like I was like, oh, I've got some time to record, go. I didn't necessarily consider the headspace I needed to be in, but my God, I need a bit of a lie down. I need a little bit of a lie down right now. Do I want to read through these lyrics? Because there was a lot that I was just like, sometimes with the imagery and stuff, I'm like, let's just like, go along with it, ride along with it, and obviously with Slipknot and with Corey Taylor and stuff, and a lot of their writing is like very imagery heavy, but it's all like based in something, or they've got a message, or they've got a point they're trying to get across. But at the same time, sometimes as well, especially for like a first time ever hearing it, maybe once I've heard this a bunch of times and I've sat here and like thought about it and analysed it, and especially once I've got comments and stuff, maybe we'll talking about various lyrics and what I mean. It'll start to make more and more sense what it's about. But sometimes it's like, hey, for a first listen, maybe you just go along with the imagery and the song and the music for what it is. The state of the nation violation, a broken promise is as good as a lie. Because I know a lot of this this album, and I guess Slipknot as a whole, but a lot of this album is about like kind of discontent and like anger and upset at like the situations they find themselves in. I think the industry and but also like society and maybe America. I wanted to do gematria at some point. I don't know if that's how you pronounce that word. The killing name, I know that's about America a little bit more, so I guess we'll get to that at some point because I haven't heard that, but I've seen someone mention it in the comments and stuff. So I think a lot of the album, I don't know if there's a bit of a note here. All Hope Is Gone centers on themes such as anger, disaffection, that's a good word, obsession, and the music industry. Prominent focus on a more prominent focus on politics than their previous albums. Yeah, so that's kind of even without like going into like any of the specifics of whatever. Jim Root was the solo, by the way. Without going into the specifics, you kind of get that vibe that they're clearly angry or like dissatisfied or upset with like a situation or whatever the case may be. Hell is humongous, the devil's among us. Don't lie to me, Walt, you saucy backer. And we will burn, because we won't unite. Why are we conceding our freedom when everybody... Why does anybody think we need him? So this is. I feel like this is all about like, yeah, their political... Or their feelings towards the political situation of the time, or the situation that they were a part of and found themselves in, and their government and stuff. Why are we conceding for our freedom? Why does anyone think we need them? Is that the government? They're saying, why does anyone think we need these higher-ups above us that are trying to just control? Our greed and stupidity got us in this mess. We're the problem, but we're also the solution. I.e., people cause all these problems for themselves, but also things aren't going to fix if we don't make the effort to fix them. But then he says all hope is gone. So he's saying that we were the problem, but we're also the solution. We got to do something about it, but also all hope is gone. So I don't know. Maybe we should do something about it, but also who cares? You know what I mean? And maybe I think that's that sort of disaffection of like recognizing the problem and knowing what to do about it, but then also just being like, but who cares? You're so like beyond caring and just let it rot or whatever. Like it's gotten beyond the point of being like, okay, at this point, who gives a shit? It's gotten so bad, maybe. So yeah, again, the wretched are the wounded, the hungry starve to death, in a place where no one goes, the air itself is a final breath. So I'm wondering this where he says, I am the reason your future suffers, I am the hatred you won't embrace, I am the worm of pure detestation. Who's this I? I am the remedy spit in my face. All your laws are outdated, all your subjects are killing the kings. I can rattle off a million other reasons why, but it doesn't matter when the only thing we love will die. When he's talking about like the country there, all your laws and rules are outdated. At the government, things need to change. All your subjects are killing the kings. People are starting to like rise up to it and stand up to the people above, and it's just going to get worse and worse to the point of like. And this was in 2008, right? And you know, especially like in recent years, there's been so much more like, maybe more than ever, disaffection towards people above and towards governments and people in power, and you know, especially in America, all sorts of like riots and stuff. So the Capitol building got stormed, was a big one. A lot of stuff like that. I can rattle off a million other reasons why, but it doesn't matter when the only thing we'll love will die. And I wonder if I wonder if he's talking about the country there. And I could be totally wrong, but that's kind of the vibe I'm getting. If we're talking about the government and trying to fix things politically, maybe he's talking about, does any of this matter? Do we when no matter what happens, it seems like the only thing we love, i.e. the country, is gonna die anyway? Because I think Corey said before, I could be wrong, but I think Corey said before that as much as he talks about I keep saying disaffection just because I read the word and now I'm like, that's a good word for this. With various people and situations within America, that he still loves the country and you know, the people of America and people who fight for America and etc. etc. So I think that's what he's saying there. Does it matter what we do if no matter what happens, no matter who's in power, the country's on a downward spiral anyway? And again, I don't want to go into the political situation too much, especially as an outsider from the UK, but I feel like, you know, when the Conservatives were in, there was a lot of complaints, and then now when the Republicans were in, I guess is a better way to, when the Republicans were in with Trump and stuff, there were a lot of complaints, and the country was, you know, according to one side, the country was falling apart and blah blah for whatever reasons. And again, I'm deliberately being very vague. I'm not trying to go into specifics here, because I don't want to start anything. But there was that, and then the Republicans came out, and now the Democratic Party is in power, and now there's still a lot of people saying that now they're causing all these issues, and now Biden and blah 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 and everything's going on. Again, not going into specifics, but all I'm saying is, like, you know, it's a two-party system. One party was in, and there was complaints and riots and chaos. Okay, well, let's switch to the other party, and there's still complaints and riots and chaos. So it feels like at some points it feels like, doesn't feel like it doesn't matter what you're doing. There's gonna be problems anyway. But anyway, I don't even know. I could be completely wrong on that assessment there. But either way, it was a great song. It was very Slipknot, both in terms of the lyrics and the sound and the construction of the song. It was a banger. And that's what's most important. That said, thank you guys for watching. I'm going to go edit this right now because it's been a few days since I've uploaded a video because I haven't been able to record. I'll try and get back on track soon. I appreciate you all. I'll see you in a later video. Alright, later guys. Blank.